Good morning, students of class 9. In the previous video, we have discussed about the geography chapter, natural resources and wildlife. And now, in this video, we will be starting with the economics part, that is food security in India. So, let us start the chapter, food security. So, let us begin the topic food security in India. Right. See, as in the previous chapter, in the previous topic, we have discussed about the poverty in India of economics. We have discussed about the poverty, that what is poverty and what is the meaning of poverty. Right. Now, as we know that in India there are a large number of poor that are living in India. And due to that reason, they won't be able to get the proper food requirements that will be required by them. So, the government of India started a system of public distribution system, that is PDS. Right? In short, it is called as PDS, and its full form is Public Distribution System. Public distribution system. Now, let us understand what is the meaning, what is the concept of public distribution system. In PDS, what happens that the government of India acquires food grains from the farmers at a price which is known as MSP, minimum support price. Right? What is this MSP? That is minimum support price. So, what will the government do? The government will acquire the food grains from the farmers at a low price, at a high price from the farmers, which is the MSP, the minimum support price. Right. Due to which the farmers will be able to get a good rate for the crops that are sold by them. After that, the farmers will, the government, after buying the goods from the farmers, will store it in the godowns of an organization known as the Food Corporation of India, FCI. So, the government will store that food in those grains in the godown of FCI, the Food Corporation of India, and after that the government will provide the food grains to the poor people of the country by the ration shops, which are also known as control centers. Right? From the control, the ration shops, the people of India, the normal citizens who are below the poverty line, will be able to get the food at subsidized rate. Right? Suppose the MSP for the crop is 80 rupees per kg. That is the buying price. That is the price at which the government is buying those goods and services, those grains. And the government will sell it to the poor person, to the poor at the control, at the price of 2 rupees per kg. The government will sell it at a rate of 2 rupees per kg. So, this is the concept of public distribution system, PDS. So, now have an overview in what is in your books, and like I said in the previous videos also, you should open your books, the NCERTs. This is the 4th chapter of economics of your NCERTs. So, if you will be opening your book and then listening the video, then you will be able to understand the topic in a clear manner. Okay, so let us start. Overview. Food security means availability and affordability of food to all the people at all the time. The poor households are more vulnerable to food insecurity whenever there is a problem of production or distribution of food crops. Food security depends on PDS and the government vigilance and action at times when the security is threatened. Means that when there is not so much good food, not so much good supply of food, then due to shortage of food, the prices will go up, and the poor section of society or the poor section of any country will not be able to afford those goods. And the concept of food security says that every person should have the accessibility to food at all the times. Right? What is food security? Food is essential for living as air is for breathing. But food security means something more than getting 2 square meals. Food security has following dimensions. Right? So food security does not just deal with the availability of food for 2 square meals a day, but it have all the dimensions also. So let's have a look at other dimensions. Availability of food means food production within the country, food imports, and the previous year stock stored in the government granaries. Means that there should be availability of food. The food should be stored in the government granaries, and I said as in India it is FCI, the Food Corporation of India, which have the storage of food grains in India. Right? Accessibility means food is within the reach of every person. Means that the food should be in the reach of every person. Every person should be able to get food at whatever time they want. Affordability implies that an individual has enough money to buy sufficient, safe and nutritious food to meet one's dietary needs. And affordability means that the person is able to get the food and he is having sufficient, safe and nutritious food. Thus, food security is ensured in a country only if all the above points, that is point number 1, enough food available for all the person. Number 2, all persons have the capacity to buy the food. And the third is there is no barrier on the access of food. Okay. So what are the 3 points? That is, first is enough food is available for all the persons. The first point says enough food for all the persons. Second point says that all persons have the capacity to buy food. And third is there is no barrier on the access of food. Third says that there is no barrier on access of food. Right. So these are the 3 points which discuss that what are the key features of food security. Why food security? Why is food security so much important? Let us discuss that. The poorest section of the society might be food insecure most of the times, while persons above the poverty line might also be food insecure when the country faces a national disaster calamity like earthquake, drought, flood, tsunami, widespread failure of crop causing famine, etc. Right? See, it is written that most of the time the poor section of the society is vulnerable to food, means they might be having the shortage of food supplies. But many a times due to cyclones, floods, even sometimes due to pandemics, there is shortage of food in many areas of the country. So these are the 3 points which should be kept in mind by the food security. Food is a security affected during calamity, and let us discuss that how the food security that we are talking about is being disturbed or being affected badly at the times of calamities. Due to a natural calamity, say drought, total production of food grains decreases. It creates a shortage of food in the affected areas. Due to the shortage of food, the prices go up. At high prices, some people cannot afford to buy food. In such calamity happens in a wide spread area or is stretched over a longer time period, it may cause a situation of starvation. A massive starvation might take a turn of famine. Right. So it is said, like suppose we take an example that a drought happens in the country. Due to drought, there is shortage of food supply. And now, as per the basic economic principles, when there is cut in the supply, when there is a shortage of the supply of the food grains, then there will be a lack of supply of the food, there will be lack of food, and due to that lack of supply, there will be increase in the prices of the food. And when there will be increase in the prices, due to those increase in prices, there will be a shortage. Due to those increase in prices, there will be a shortage of food for the poor section of the society. The poor section of the society will not be able to get the food grains properly. The poor section of the society will not be able to get the food grains properly because the food grains are now costlier than before. Okay. So, due to shortage of food, the prices go up. At high prices, some people cannot afford to buy, and this lead to starvation, and massive starvation might turn to a famine. A famine is characterized by a widespread deaths due to starvation and epidemic caused by forced use of contained water or decaying food and loss of body resistance due to weakening from starvation. Right, so this is a famine. The definition is given in your books of the famine. You may underline it. It is on page number 43. It is on the topmost part. Right. The most devastating famine that occurred in India was the famine of Bengal. It is very important. You should underline this also. It was the famine of Bengal. The famine of Bengal that took place in India in 1943. It was and it is still the most devastating famine that ever occurred in India. Okay. These famine killed 30 lakh people in the province of Bengal. It happened in 1943 and it was within the time period when India was not an independent state. Earlier it was under the British rule. So when India was under the British rule, the government faced these famines, and in those famines around 30 lakh people died. How many people died? 30 lakh people died in those famines. So 30 lakh people died in that famine. Okay. Now moving forward, nothing like Bengal famine has ever happened in India again. It is, however, disturbing to note that even today famine-like conditions exist in many parts of the country, leading to starvation, death, at times natural calamities and pandemics. Many also lead to food shortage. For example, COVID-19 pandemic had an adverse effect upon the food security. Restriction on the movement of people and goods and services impacted the economic activity. Therefore, food security is needed in the country to ensure food at all times, including calamities and pandemics. Okay. So, I hope students the food security topic is clear to you. Now, in the next video, we will be discussing about how foods are insecure. Okay, that how the food security is affecting India, and not just India, the larger section of society all over the world which is poor. Okay, so we will meet in the next video. Till then, keep on studying, stay at your homes and stay safe. And remember that you should watch the videos by keeping your books by your side, then only you will be able to understand the topic clearly. Okay, so we will meet in the next video. Till then, stay at your homes and stay safe. Thank you.